Shmuel became a member of Avram's household, and he took a bris. He had the mitzvah of bris, right? Last week's parsha. And because he had that mitzvah, he demanded, his angel on high demanded that Yishmael also take part of the sanctity of the Jewish nation, because he also has a bris. The Zohar answers that Hashem said that Yishmael, right, didn't do the bris for the sake of God. He did it for himself. And just like he did it for himself and not for the sake of Hashem, therefore he will be given a portion of sanctity, but not any heavenly sanctity. His portion of sanctity is the land of Israel. And just like he did it not for the sake of the mitzvah, he'll be given the land when it's barren of its owners, which is what happened with Islam. When they took over and they conquered and they took over the Holy Land and whatnot, right? And they will be that way until Mashiach comes. This is what the Zohar says. And that's why we have to deal with the Arabs, right? He says there'll come a time where he's going to cause battle on land, on sea, and over Jerusalem. Aren't they battling? They want Jerusalem as the capital, right? As their capital, whatever. That's their battle. But they won't be given a portion of sanctity. But we have to deal with Arabs. We have to deal with them. And so on and so forth. You're never going to understand how and why it works. We won't. Try it. It won't answer. No matter what you do, it's going to boomerang, actually. Not just backfire, but boomerang right into your face. Right? These are things that require emunah. Hashem, look at the Holy Land. 250 years ago, there were very, very few Jews living in Eretz Israel. Some in Yerushalayim, a few, there was a small Sephardic Kehillah, and some were in Tveria, Sephardic and Ashkenazic. Tzfas had mostly Ashkenazim, and that's all you had in Eretz Israel, scattered. Today, Baruch Hashem, there's some 7 million Jews living in Eretz Israel. All right? Someone asked me, tell us a modern miracle. And I said, it's very simple. It's really easy. I says, in the land of Israel, there are 7 million Jews. They get up every morning. They go out to work. They feed their families. You know the tax burden in Israel is very high still. But they do. They go out. They work hard. They feed their families. People are growing. And all this is despite the fact that we have a Knesset. So this is the way it is. The Knesset, Baruch Hashem, as we said earlier, there's 25 political parties, each one fighting for their own turf, not fighting for our turf, we who lived here and pay their salaries, but okay. The point is that there are things that happen. You want to philosophically answer this, it won't work. Philosophy will never work. Emunah will work. Hashem gave us the land. That's what we have to know. The land was promised to us. We see it coming to life in our lifetime. We see how it's going and growing and growing more and more, right? Anyone ever hear of Google? Anyone ever hear of Mobileye? You know, Mobileye is an Israeli invention that it's installed in all the cars now. It's becoming installed in all the cars, and it detects when you're too close to another car. And it'll sound an alarm in your car so that to avoid accidents, right? That's an Israeli invention, right? The company just sold it to Google for $15 billion, right? Israel is growing and growing. Where are we? Where are we? If we have faith that this is what Hashem wants of us, then we'll follow it through. I believe Hashem wants us to have the land. I'm not going to worry that Abu Mazen gets up and says what he says. I'm not going to worry about all these other people, whatever. It doesn't matter. The land is ours, and we have to believe that. Belief. You can't understand it, you can't explain it, don't even try, because it just won't work. All right? Go argue with kids from the DBS, whatever it is, that the embargo against Israel, all the college, university students, argue with them. They don't have any idea, because there's no emunah. We need emunah. Another issue that Rabbi Nachman raises is emes, truth. Or was it Shakespeare who said, "To thine own self be true, and you shall follow as the night the day"? Anyone know? Yeah, Shakespeare, right? Okay. You have so many different things that we are. Are we honest with ourselves? You ever ask yourself the question, did I really understand this piece, Rashi and Chumash, that I just learned? Did I really say that? I know, I couldn't have said something like that, but maybe you did, right? Did I really do this? Have I really accomplished it? Be honest with yourself. Rabbi Nachman says, you have to say the words honestly, right? Using the Ark of Noah as an example. The Ark was certain dimensions, right? 300 by 50 by 30, whatever, right? This is, by the way, the Ark, Teva in Hebrew also means word, right? The Ark's dimensions were 300, a lamed, like 30, right? 30 was the height, a lamed, right? 300 was 50 was the width, nun, and 300 was the length, shin. A lamed, a shin, and a nun make up the word in Hebrew, losherin, your tongue, right? Your tongue builds your teva. Your tongue is what makes the words that come out of your mouth, right? Your word builds it. Rabbi Nachman takes it further then. He says, Tzohar tasa la teva. Tzohar means light, right? Let the light open up the ark, light up the ark, illumine the ark. V'yal amo techalena mumala, and he explains it. It's a long explanation why, but techalena milmala, techalena means to desire, to want, to yearn. Milmala from heaven. You want your words to be desired by heaven, you're praying. You're asking God for some help. How do you get your words to be illumined, that they could shine, right? Upetach hateva betzida tosim. When you put an opening to the words, to the ark, on the side, right? On the side. What does it mean? It says, not every time that you want to talk to Hashem, not every time that you feel that you're praying, do you really feel like you're praying. The words just don't flow, right? But if you say it honestly, if you say the words honestly, petach hateva, you open up, right? Shemor pitrei picho, watch the openings of your mouth. If you're careful with the honesty, the way you say it to Hashem, right? Don't just say, Hashem, please give me this, give me that. But say, Hashem, I did something wrong. I don't deserve it. But you have kindness that goes beyond anything that I did wrong. I believe you could help me. But say it honestly. And when you say it honestly, then you'll feel the words beginning to open and illuminating, and you'll be able to see the light at the end of your tunnel. So these are just a few. I don't know what time it is. Are we okay with time? Oh, okay, good. So I can go on. There are many other things that Rabbi Nachman speaks about. I can open the floor for questions on anything we said. And anything you want to ask, you're afraid to ask now, you could ask now, right? We can, right? You can ask whatever you want on this or any other topic, whatever it may be. I think it's best we open the thing for questioning, yeah? Okay? Go ahead, shoot.
Thank you, Rabbi.
My name is Chaim, yeah.
We must realize that Hashem deserves the credit for things that happen to us. We should not say, I am a self-made man. And in fact, even Torah, Moses himself predicts that at some point we will become prosperous and we will give ourselves all this credit for this stuff we're ashamed of. The problem, though, through all of this is, and will you please speak to the question of freedom of action, freedom of choice, in a world where we credit Hashem with so many things that have happened to us, good and bad, and yet we still have freedom. I leave the rest to you because it's a question that people have asked for years and years.
The Rambam speaks about it 1,000 years ago. He says there's no answer. It's a paradox, right? God could see anything and everything that's going to happen, right? So therefore he knows the future. How do you have free choice? Right? How could God know the future if you could choose whatever you want to do? Right? It's a paradox. There is no answer for it, at least not now in this world. When Mashiach comes, there is an answer. But right now, there's no answer for it. God is to be given the credit, and if somebody has a deep complaint, the debit of whatever is happening to me in my life, right? It's all gone. No question about it. And yet, I, at this moment, have free choice to do whatever it is that I want to do. I have, right? I'm not forced into any single thing. Someone once asked Rabbi Nachman, how do you define free choice? He said, it's very simple. If you want, you do it. If you don't want, you don't do it. It's really very simple. You ever see that strawberry shortcake at the end of the table, at the end of the dinner? Right? Should I not? All right, we can go back 10 minutes, and the end result is it was good, right? But that's what free choice means. You can choose to do whatever. You're a free agent. Right? Rabbi Nosson explains that free choice is by far and wide the most incredible creation that there is in this world. Because God created us with the ability to go against Him. And we all have that. And unfortunately, many of us make use of it. But we all have free choice. You can choose God or choose the other way. But you have it. Okay? We're clear?
So that we should really not burden ourselves with the unanswerable question.
Never. That's philosophy.
Because Hashem is timeless.
Yeah.
He lives at all times.
Right.
So what does it matter if He knows what we are going to freely choose tomorrow?
It doesn't matter to you or to any of us.
Today and now.
No, we have free choice to make the right decision. I always taught my kids, I don't care what happens, just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. I don't care what else is involved, right? What is right? You lose by it, right? My son came in to work with us